Birch, please. You thought termites were bad. This Zerg belongs in Wood League. John, I don't hear you.
Was I muted?
Yep, you must have been
okay,
muted.
fantastic.
You
So
probably
you didn't hear
made
any
fun
of that. I was making fun of you the entire time. I talked about the shitty opening.
Nobody heard anything, so it must have been a great opening.
I'm just going to finish this drink here, and then we'll get started.
I thought you were eerily quiet for the puns that
I was talking that entire time.
Oh, man.
Racial slurs, everything was said.
Maybe that was the censors. Maybe you weren't muted.
The FCC won't let me be. Or let me be me on ESCTV. Welcome, everybody, to episode 35 of Esports Canada TV. I am your incompetent host, at Quinn, John Quinn. Follow me on Twitter. That'd be great. I need those followers because I work in social media. One person you cannot follow on Twitter is at ESC Songers, who is absent this evening. He was
those are cute earmuffs he's got there.
He was having feverish dreams all day, and so we had to leave him off the show. So you'll that 15 seconds that he usually speaks, you'll be missing. We'll get him to upload that later to YouTube or something. And you can kind of during that 15 seconds of silence, you can queue up that video and you get your fill of Nick for the week.
Yeah.
But his hetero life mate, Frank Ricci at ESC Jovian, was able to make it this evening, even though I hear he does have a fever of his own, Leafs fever, even though he claims to be a Habs fan.
I am a Habs fan. It's just I live in Toronto. How can you not get excited? And
Easily.
I hate Boston, so how can you not get excited? So, win-win.
No, I don't like it at all.
You mad, John?
Yes, very much so. We have some fantastic guests this evening. It's not often that I get to meet our guests beforehand, but I have had the pleasure of at least meeting one of our guests, and I've talked to the other one before. Hopefully he remembers, because I'm going to bring that up later on. And they are from Team Killing Spree, Mr. Guillaume Lavoie and Mr. Ben Renault. How are you guys doing this evening?
Hi,
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hello. I was telling Ben before you got here, Guillaume, that I always thought your name was Cadmium, like the chemical element. I'm not sure why. Like, I never said it aloud. Like, I was never like, oh, it's cadmium. I just always, that's what I thought it was until last week. Frank was like, yeah, our guest next week is Kadium. And I was just like, who is that? And he spelled it out, and I was like, oh, that's cadmium.
That's the way. Okay. No, it's all good.
John's not a smart
At least I never said it like to your face or anything. I was like, hey, cadmium. And you were like,
well, you just did, but no, that's good.
That's explaining it retrospectively. It's much better. And KsPmind, or KsPmind, I had the pleasure of getting some photos from you of your players not too long ago for the Bell Alliance Fiber Up Cup. And I had a fun time asking you for the pictures of young boys that you had to send me of your underage players.
Awkward.
Yeah, that's super awkward.
No, it's not.
And the guys are so shy, so they don't want to share their pictures, so it's kind of hard to get them.
Oh, man.
I know, and I didn't even think we ended up using them, but
yeah, we had to get them through violence. But I think it's part of the business. I mean,
exactly. If you're not beating your players, you're doing something wrong. So, guys, we will start off with the easy peasy questions, and they will progressively get harder until you ask for forgiveness and disconnect from Skype. So, Guillaume, I will ask you first. Who are you, where are you from, and how did you get involved with esports?
Well, it's been the start of a journey 2 years ago. about 2 years ago. I was watching. Well, first of all, I bought StarCraft 2. It all started with StarCraft 2, and I bought it really, really late. Actually, about 6 months after release. And I was watching my friends play. I was watching the casters on the internet, and I thought there was a. We ended up thinking that there was a hole in the Quebec community. There were actually no French Canadian casters, and I said, well, I mean, what the hell? What are we doing here? So we just started a small project called KsTV. The guy, well, I mean. It's not really smart. Well, the guy's name is Zombie Hunter. My name is KsKadium, so we just figured out like first names or letters. That's it. So yeah, we're really. We ended up doing a couple events live, about 40 YouTube videos. Zombie Hunter just stopped playing. So I ended up with the QC StarCraft guys. That lasted a couple months. And that was all before I joined KS, or even before it even existed. And afterwards, well, we're here. So we started off, well, PMind and the others started off Killing Spree, and I ended up joining up. I left QC StarCraft, and here I am casting for them.
Fantastic. And the same question to you, Ben?
Well, I've always been involved in gaming. I started gaming in 1989 when I was 9 years old, so you can guess my age now. I'm kind of old.
You'd be older than Frank.
I'm
Well,
not that old. Don't make me feel bad.
I'm kind of the older guy in the team.
You are.
And yeah. And I began a World of Warcraft guild, an European guild, in 2005, lasting to 2010. Then I went to StarCraft 2 and founded the team like late August 2011. So we'll be on our second year this summer. And yeah. And well, that's about it. So we founded the team with four other guys. One of them is still with us. Shout out to Yamo here. And we're running the team with Yamo, KsKadium, and I since a couple of weeks now. And yeah, it's been going strong. Well, since August 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that you had a European Warcraft team. Sorry, is that right?
No, I had a European World of Warcraft team.
Oh, okay.
With French people.
Oh, I see. So, okay, that's good. So you started World of Warcraft, and that's kind of where you began. So, is there much MMORPG love in your life still? Do you still play World of Warcraft? Do you still do much MMO?
No, it's taking too much time. Well, I can barely play StarCraft actually. So, yeah, managing the team and my day job and my girlfriend and friends are taking all the time, so no much time for MMOs.
Hey, I totally get it. And don't let John hassle you about being old, because it's just mature, and we know what it's like. We know what real life is like, so don't worry about him.
Love for esports has no age.
Yeah.
That's true.
So guys, can you get in a little bit more detail of kind of how Killing Spree came to be and what the kind of plan was once you kind of came up with the name and, hey, we're going to start this team, choosing games and kind of getting players together? What was the process towards what the team's become now?
Well, I will talk because KsKadium wasn't there in the beginning. We were all in a clan called Acid Reflex back in the days, like early 2011. And the leaders of that team cheated in the Quebec Cup, which was a tournament held once a year in the Quebec area.
They actually cheated against my team at the time, which is really funny.
Yeah. So in fact, for story short, they made to play the same player under a Smurf account. So, well, we all left the team. We were disgusted and stuff, and we started Killing Spree. And we were telling us that we would never tolerate cheating. So Killing Spree was founded on these principles, and well, it never we never looked back after that.
Hmm.
So we were 5 at the beginning. Some had to quit or to quit managing because of their lives, and well, we're 3 now managing the team.
So you earlier said that it's going to be your 2-year anniversary in the summer. Can you guys did you expect as much success that you guys have been seeing? I mean, I know your players are winning local tournaments like the Schizo Cup. You guys are placing like extremely high in the LAN ATS. You guys are seeing in many of the big tournaments. You're qualifying for the most of your guys are in the fiber op cups. So did you have any idea that you guys would get so good so fast? And was it surprising to you guys at all?
Well, at first it was surprising because we didn't started the team for esports. It was just a bunch of guys having a good time,
Right.
playing StarCraft. Some of them playing League of Legends. So, well, then when we saw that we could attract some good players, it first started when we recruited Jig, I guess. Jig gave us the opportunity to go on major tournaments,
Right.
and then yeah, things come after. We had Alex that joined us, and a couple of other good players too, Zipish, Salt Touch, Situation. So yeah, the StarCraft 2 team became better and better, and that gave us good opportunities to shine. Yeah.
And are you seeing that? Sorry, John. I think you were going to say something.
No, I just liked because you mentioned you didn't really start as a competitive esports team. It was more of just a clan where it was friends getting together who all kind of loved StarCraft. And I noticed that when I went to LAN ETS, you guys were, I mean, all over the place. You were the biggest team there by far, but you had people all the way from silver up to grandmaster for StarCraft. And so you looked at like the brackets for the tournaments, and you guys had 30 different guys in it, but they were all of the differing skill levels, and so you have this like A team and a B team and kind of like a practice roster. So I really like that aspect where it's not just 4 guys who are all grandmaster and no one can join the team. Basically, it's hey, you love StarCraft, come on and join us and play.
Well, actually, we don't recruit much because we don't want to have like too much people in the team. We like it to be a big family. Most of the guys know each other personally. They've all seen them in real life. For example, at the first anniversary, we rent a big cabin in the woods. I like to say in the woods.
I think I saw those
actually
pictures.
Just a big house. Yeah.
Yeah. We like to call it the KS Mansion. So it was like
Mansion. Yeah, that was
the gaming house.
and well, I don't know if you know Charlevoix. So it's like in the east and north. So we rented that mansion and went 25 KS guys there and made a LAN party where no one can think it's possible to hold. So we like to make the team be bonded together and have a good time.
Yeah, it's not just esports; it's all the rest.
Yeah,
it's nice.
At LAN ETS, when we came back into the Killing Spree team area, and I was asking different players if they would mind, doing a little intro, saying, "Hi, I'm KS Jig from Team Killing Spree," and just getting as many people as I could. You could definitely see that everybody was friends because there wasn't one player who was able to do it without everyone like joking around and like when somebody would say something wrong, they'd be like, you didn't say it right. And, like, oh, you're watching Esports Canada TV, and they're like, you're listening to Esports Canada TV. So nobody was getting any freebies there. But I actually want to ask about, because you did this whole talk about, it's more of a community, just friends getting together and playing the games. I noticed when I was talking to some of the players and asking them if they would just introduce themselves and say, I'm from Team Killing Spree, I noticed there was casters, there was people playing different games. So there's a whole broad spectrum of what you guys do. So, can you talk a little bit about the freedom that you give your players? Are you guys excited to give these different opportunities? Like, hey, do you want to try your hand at casting, or do you really try to get players to focus? What is it? Just whoever wants to join the community, whatever way that they want to represent themselves.
I don't know, KsKadium, if you want to weigh in on that.
Yeah, well, we're actually. At first, I was the first and only caster, and I ended up needing help. I'm just focusing on the caster thing because you mentioned it. And yes, we had some people from the community that were not strong enough to reach competition level, because we ended up having some good guys there, and we just figured out that, well, they had some talent for that. And I'm just thinking of PvP. Varek, who is also in the chat right now, that did some gigs for us. And I mean, it's all part of the family and community thing. I mean, you talk about liberty. It's not even a boundary. I mean, I could list the games I play with the guys. I mean, could I even list them? I don't think so. We have at one point we had in our TeamSpeak a Pokemon channel. I mean, what the hell? Why the F not? And it's just there's the competition thing, and we try to emphasize it as much as possible, because it's a good part of the team. It's what makes us, well, popular. I mean, more and more, it's what makes the team effective. But the community is really like the base, and we try to keep that up as much as possible. Even though we don't recruit a lot, like PMind said, because we really want the guys to fit in. So when we recruit someone, we make an interview. They spend like 2 weeks, then we get another meeting, and the guys that get in, they're worth getting in. So yeah, props to all the guys that I see KS everywhere in the chat. So yeah, that's how it works here.
Yeah, actually, the thinking here is that if you don't have talent for competitive gaming, you must know something that we don't know. So, are you good at like, let's say, marketing, making a website, making 3D or something? So we often do calls like that, and actually we're seeking for a marketing coordinator. So yeah. There's a lot of people involved in KS, and we try to make our players involved as much as we can.
So actually, maybe you could help, because obviously you guys are co-managing a big team. KS is a really big team, like we mentioned earlier. So what are some of the things that people may not know that go into just managing a team? Like you just said, marketing director, obviously you need someone to make a website, you need players, you could use casters. So what are some of the things people might not know about, other than the people you see all the time, players and maybe even casters? What are some of the roles that are happening in the background?
Well, of course, you need some players that are able to recruit other players, to be able to evaluate them and see if they're good or not. Then, as I said, a marketing director will enable the team to be present on social medias. A 3D guy to make cool intros and stuff. So when you stream and put that on YouTube, you have something cool to show. Also, we need a guy with a camera able to make some montage and stuff, to make for the team a good video to show who we are. Then we need someone who's able to understand all the law stuff, to register a company. Another guy to to show the team to sponsors, so we can get some support from companies. Sorry. So yeah, there's a lot of people involved. We can't claim that we own all these talents in the team. So obviously we're looking outside sometimes and stuff.
Yeah,
we're always looking, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of different parts. And we've noticed that too, just trying to coordinate in Esports Canada. It's so great when people come in and they have a skill that you don't have very strong already.
Surprise!
But obviously, you guys have great skill not only in players but in casting, and everybody's probably heard KsKadium's lovely voice on the stream as well. So in the end, maybe this is the fruit of that the tree bears. This is what it comes down to. Have you guys, either of you, have you ever walked down the street and seen anyone wearing a KS shirt yet?
Well, obviously, the most people who own a KS shirt are in the team. I think we sold a few, like in Barcraft and LAN ETS.
Right.
But a very
I saw a lot
few.
at LAN ETS, so I'm sure you saw somebody wearing it that wasn't on your team.
Well, very few, I would say. I saw 2 guys in a Barcraft owning a KS shirt that weren't in the team.
Oh, nice.
Only because we don't make like a bunch of t-shirts. It's always in limited quantities, so because we can't expect how much we would sell, and it all comes from our pockets, so obviously it's a huge investment.
We make it for we do it for our guys. We're not doing it for money, so we won't invest for the shirts. Well, not yet, at least. But I recall from maybe a year ago, someone in the street in Montreal recognized me. I was going to a Barcraft. Someone I didn't know just came, "Hey, you're KsKadium." I went, what the yeah. So that happened.
Take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
Our co-host who isn't on the show, he's been recognized twice in bars in Toronto. I haven't been recognized yet. Nobody's even known who I am. So I feel really upset about that. I'm pretty mad. Mad. So maybe you guys can tell me, because I know, obviously, I've seen Jig's name pop up many times. He's obviously been placing very strong as recently as LAN ETS. He got 2nd place there. I've seen Alexei Moi's name pop up, winning WCCG, the Eastern Cup there. I see a lot of KS people pop up. So have you noticed a surge in KS popularity when these players hit these big benchmarks? Like when they're getting 1st or 2nd or placing really high, do you notice a surge, maybe more interest in Killing Spree? Does it come that quickly, or is it more of a it's very slow and you don't see it for a very long time?
Yeah, well, the progression is kind of slow, I would say. From the beginning, like let's say we almost have 300 people on our Facebook page, but whenever one of our players hits a huge tournament, like let's say Jig at WCS 2012 in Toronto, we see a huge increase in traffic on our websites and stuff. So it's pretty immediate, the feedback we have, but on the long run, it's kind of slow. Maybe KsKadium, you wanted to add something on that?
Yeah, well, it's kind of slow, and it's a learning process, because we definitely see those benchmarks. You see the spikes on the Facebook page, you see the traffic on the website, but we have to learn to use that, and that's why PMind mentioned we're looking for someone for marketing. We're looking for someone to teach us how to use those benchmarks, and this is where actually we're going. We're still in the learning process. We'll always be in the learning process, but like I said, we want to make the team better. We want to make it bigger, and it goes through those players, obviously.
Definitely, yeah. So KsKadium, you periodically on your stream, you are throwing together some casting gigs, and you're casting some events. So maybe I'll start with you, and then we'll move into generally what KS is participating in. But what are these tournaments that you are casting? Maybe let anybody who doesn't know about these events, let them know what you are doing periodically.
Well, for the last few months, I haven't been casting regularly. I've been casting a couple of our friendly clan wars for the team. I've been casting what you mentioned earlier, Schizo Cups, which is a local LAN in a gaming center called Le Schizo in Quebec City, which is always awesome. And I've been casting it for 2 years. It all started there, actually. It's the first live event I made.
Oh, did you meet Matthew Morin there?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. That's where I met him. Yeah, awesome. Exactly. And that's for the regular thing. I mean, Coupe Quebec doesn't happen anymore. That was a regular thing as well, but it doesn't happen anymore. In the last few months, I also cast WCS. I've cast some WCG as well, the national finals.
Nice.
the Montreal one live, obviously, but the other ones as well. And that's basically it. The peak was obviously the NASL, North
Mhm.
Yeah,
American
that was
Star
awesome.
League. That was awesome. It was crazy. And all of those events. What's nice is, well, all of those events. We have some KS players in there. I mean, except for NASL, but all of those I'm able to cast our players always.
Yeah.
So it's becoming a little bit slow right now because we're playing URTL, and it's
I'm casting that.
you are, and I'm not. I'm angry because
Do
there's.
they not? Do they have a French stream? for it?
I don't think so.
See, it's because Americans don't appreciate the French language. I don't think.
And well, it's
That's
also
probably really
Yeah,
not
maybe.
nice to say.
It's
I'm
also
sorry, guys. If there's any Americans in chat, I'm really sorry. But I know in
because
Canada,
we don't have a proven track record of ripping on Americans on this show.
But in Canada, it's expected. You need your English and you need the French. They need to
Mhm.
go hand in hand, right? In the United States, they have no. To them, it's like, what? It's just going to be English. I don't know why you're making me do so.
Exactly. Well,
Otherwise, you'd be number one, I'm sure.
well, it's a really hard market, and we've had. I mean, QC StarCraft before it ended. I mean, we had 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. We hit over 100,000 views.
Yeah.
And it's all because of the schedule, because we have such a big difference with Eastern Europe, that but for NASL, for instance, we hit 2.4K, I think, viewers in the finals, because it fit the schedule there. So there's a market. I'm not able to cast during the night or during the day. So right now, well, it's pretty much the night for them. So no, it's a little harder, but that's why I'm trying to get into English casting as well. I mentioned PvP earlier. Well, he's really good in English. He helps me a lot with that.
I have a funny PvP story afterwards.
I would like to give a huge shout out to Jason Drake and Hepner, who runs URTL almost by himself. Huge props to him, because it's a lot of work. We're like, I guess, 44 teams there.
It's
And
crazy.
it's a lot of work.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I've organized tournaments before, and quite big tournaments. But this is over my.
Well, I mean, it's one
Way
thing to
over my
do. I mean,
capacities.
44 teams, right? You have to count on 6, 7 people per team as
Mhm.
well. So it's not just 44 participants. It's every time 2 teams get together, they each need to bring 6 or 7 guys. It's
Oh my God, he's
pretty
listening.
ridiculous.
Oh, nice. The guy from URTL. Wicked. Shout outs to URTL. We're actually going to have Pat McLean on in a couple weeks, so I'm sure you'll be back on to see him as well.
It's funny when Nick
yeah.
and Frank
That
they
is a
told me-
huge part too.
Nick and Frank told me they were going to cast URTL, and I wasn't really sure what it was. And I was like, oh, another crappy tournament where they just wanted to get, the worst casters in Canada.
Oh, shut up, John.
But then once they started
see what you
casting
did
it,
there?
I literally can't go and check a single team in all of North America without them being like, we're playing in URTL tonight. And so
Yeah, it's huge. It's
it's a
huge.
pretty big deal.
Yeah, and it's really great. The teams that are in it as well, they're the teams that come in, it's wicked exposure for them, and it's also great practice to play with other amazing teams as well. And I just think it's a really great opportunity. I'm glad they put it together. Yeah.
Well, I think
Were you going to add, John? Sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I just wanted to kind of get into things like URTL, where it's for teams. It's not for the EGs and the TLs and the bigger teams of the world. It's for those smaller North American teams, and it's a really good showcase for all of those players. And I think we need more of that. I mean, you talked about KsKadium doing WCS and WCG and NASL and all those things, and none of those really exist now. Well, WCG still exists, but WCS is
More or
no
less.
more.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, it's unless you make top 16, you're not going to make it to a live event. And NASL, I mean, the rumors are that it's not going to be doing StarCraft much more, and
Yeah.
even if they do, I don't think they'll be returning to Canada anytime soon. And so we kind of have
Sadly.
this void of bigger companies coming in and kind of putting on a show that the smaller people in the community can go and really experience the big time. So I think URTL is really doing a good job there. But
Of course.
I guess my question there was, what is kind of missing for you guys as a small team in the grand scheme of things? Is it small leagues like this, like URTL, or is there some sort of you need NASL to come here, you need WCS?
Well, I would say we need major tournaments that are accessible. The way things are run with WCS now, and all the Koreans coming into North America, well, it prevents good player for showing off. I guess, however, that the skill level, since it's up like mad, gives a better show to viewers. But for the semi-pro players like Jig, like Alex, we would be able to compete with them, but fall like into round of 64 or something in WCS because of much better players like Koreans. Well, it prevents them to shine. Also, the lack of support from sponsors. We're lucky to have good ones. It's not the case of all the teams that compete, like let's say URTL. Esports is not seen like a very positive thing, at least here.
Right.
So we need to change mindsets a little bit, and yeah, and yeah, we made an April Fool's prank with Valvoline sponsoring TS.
I remember that. You gotta grease up your
Oh,
computer.
Yeah, grease
We
up the
needed to
computer.
get things sliding, so.
Yeah.
And just to
Mechanical keyboard.
clarify, William LaFrancois just noticed he has mod status. I'm not sure when we gave it to you, but we obviously gave it to you because you're
That
an
was
awesome
multiple
guy.
weeks ago. Multiple
Okay.
weeks ago.
So there you go. You are now a mod.
Rats.
What a huge mistake.
Hey, he's one of our most consistent viewers, so
Yeah, he's such a nice guy.
he is.
Yeah, number one guy. But we'll take it back, so don't mess with it, all right, William? Now we have control. We're not at LAN ETS anymore. So actually, I wanted to ask about, because you mentioned earlier the Schizo Cup and other tournaments, the Quebec Cup you said no longer happens, but I'm very much an Ontario person. I was born north of Toronto, and I've lived in Toronto for most of my life. So I don't know too much about the scene outside of just my immediate area, but I know that Quebec has a very strong esports community. So what are some tournaments other than LAN ETS and Schizo Cup that we know very well? What are some other tournaments that happen, or LANs or events that maybe people in the area should get out to see?
Well, maybe KsKadium, you want to?
I'm actually looking that up right now because there's a lot. I don't know their names by heart.
Oh.
It's
You
a
just show
lot.
up and win, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Who cares
Just
about the
ask
name?
for
You
the.
show
I
up.
only know the addresses, so I drive by. I pick up 5 players and we get top 5. No, I'm kidding. But no, I know there's the No Man's Land. It's all based around universities. They're getting all because of the CSL. They've all started to have McGill, the Polytechnic here. They all started their own esports clubs, and they pretty much organize a LAN a year. That's basically what happens right now. And they're not. The thing is, they're not like LAN ETS or Schizo. There's no money really involved there. So it's pretty much just for fun. But we're a fun team, so we go there and we have fun. But that's lacking. Well, yes and no, because we live well with that fact. And we know that esports, well, like I said, Coupe Quebec doesn't happen anymore because there's no more. We don't have a pool of underground teams that want to go up. That's not here anymore. There's 3 big teams here, which would be us, Nocturnal Gamers, and NGS, and that's it. So you don't organize gigantic LANs except for LAN ETS with 3 serious gaming teams. Yeah. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of Quebec. That's what we need to do.
Well, anytime you come to Ontario, we'll house you guys, and if we're having an event, we'd love to have your players as well.
Just come to New Brunswick. We're
John's
bilingual. It's close.
Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah. Oh, really? Is there something I should know about? You can't come into my province without me knowing about it.
No, we're getting to French thingies. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I see where this is going.
You could also recruit John for your team.
Yeah.
He loves StarCraft.
Well, we'd have to make an interview for that. The interview's in French. Are you sure you're ready?
Oui.
That would be hilarious. That should
Yeah.
be a question in the lightning round.
It would be kind of rude.
Je suis très préparé.
That wasn't bad, actually.
Hey,
Good for you, John.
kid's got skills. You should see my APM. It's much worse.
But to name a few, there's like among the LAN ETS and stuff, there's the Polybash organized by the Polytechnique.
Polytechnique, yeah.
No Man's Land, like Gideon said, in Granby. There's a new bar open for esports.
Oh, yes.
So shout out to the B1 bar and everyone involved in there. We went like 3 weeks ago. It was kind of nice. There are no big prize pool and stuff. So like Gideon said, it's only for fun.
So that was really unexpected. It popped up on my Facebook. There was an event for StarCraft 2, and I was casting it. I don't know what happened, but no, I want everyone to go on Twitter and follow @B1bar, because those guys, they're doing business. I mean, they mean business with esports, and they want to have League of Legends, they want to have StarCraft 2, they want to have esports every week, and yeah, shout out to those guys as well, because
Is it that there that I put in Skype? Because I'll put that in the chat. Is that the one?
hang
At
on.
B1 bar?
Let me check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
that's
Guys,
it.
I'll link you. So guys, follow that on Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So sorry, when you say a bar, it's a place where you're going to go watch esports, or were you saying there's also tournaments there?
Yeah, it's
They
a
run
real-
tournaments, and last time we were casting Elemental and we were casting the live event there. Players had computers. They were basically in the bar. They
Wow.
were playing. It was a test run, but it showed up. It pretty much ended up to be really nice.
Yeah.
And on the other screen, well, you had GSL. You had
Nice.
it's all kinds of awesome.
That is really cool. I want one of those here. I want one now.
Yeah,
Make it.
I guess I'll have to. I don't have the capital to make these investments. There's so much I
My
want.
name's Frank, and I don't have capital.
Sorry, John. Our houses aren't made of straw. I can't just buy them for pence, like in New Brunswick. Sorry, that was really mad.
I'll have you know, I live right beside one of the largest oil refineries in the world.
That's why you're freakishly large, huh?
Yeah, and I have 3 eyes, but we won't get into that. There were a few questions from the chat that I did want to get to.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find them again, because I didn't copy them down. I think I remember them. They kind of go hand in
I had a
hand.
good one.
Yeah, the first one was, well, what do you think about a possibility of a team house in Eastern Canada, and do you think that we have the potential, compared to like a San Francisco, which seems to be the hotbed now for American esports, and furthermore, what are your plans for the upcoming 6 months to a year for the team?
Well, obviously we would like to have a team house, of course. Actually, it's not possible because of all the fees involved. Furthermore, the players cannot actually commit without having a salary. So if the players cannot commit enough to become pro, you can't. Well, it's an all-in. If you make a team house, you need it to work, and you need to have players that show up in tournaments and win, and so that sponsors attach to them and stuff. So it's kind of hard.
It's possible. It's just not possible right now. It would be possible. It would not be viable though.
Maybe something possible would be a joint venture with other semi-pro teams, taking their best player, like they do in Korea. So maybe it would be something to talk with other managers. We're all gathered together in the Skype chat, so it's easy to communicate. But actually, there were no talks about that whatsoever.
And the follow-up to that was just your upcoming plans for the team for the next year or so.
Well, actually, we want to have
Buy
more,
a team house.
Yeah, buy a team house, buy a team car. No, actually, actually, we want to send more and more players to major events, have better sponsors, of course. Um, well, I wouldn't say have better sponsors because actually
Have
we have
more.
good sponsors, but
Just
having
more
more, yeah,
sponsors. Yeah.
you understand me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so having more money to inject in the team and having more and more success, of course, participating in the most even that we can.
Nice.
That would be that. Producing more content, I guess, being more present on the
Producing
social
more
medias.
content and being able to market it as soon, well, as
Yeah,
much as possible.
Yeah.
that's the challenge.
Yep.
Well, we'd also love to, like, if there's anything you guys want us to tweet out or anything that you guys want us to help you with the message, let us know as well, because we can help you. Because, I mean, basically, we're only going to get bigger in esports if we all work together. So if you guys ever want anything echoed in Twitter and stuff, just make sure we know about it.
All right,
Sure.
that's a good
And same
mindset.
same goes for you, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I hope we'll practice
Yeah.
making Twitter tweets that are bilingual, so that, and we'll have to get John to write them because he's the only French speaker that we have.
Yep.
And you've seen how bad he is, so we might need more
Oh,
help.
hush up.
No, it's not.
Tais-toi.
No. Oh,
You guys are too
there you
nice to
go.
John. You're too nice.
I
Wait
just
till you
told
see
you
what he does
shut
to
up
you later.
in French. Retro jammed. All right, guys. I think that kind of brings us towards the end. We do want to give you a few minutes to give any shout-outs you want to do. I know you had a short, small announcement you wanted to give to the people on our chat, but anything you want to say, Twitter, Facebook, website, upcoming events, players we should follow, players we should not, now is the time.
Don't follow these people.
All right. Well, I would like to give a huge shout out to everyone involved in the team. Everyone's working hard. Special shout out to Yamo, who is working with us to make this like a dream come true. Then everyone involved in URTL, because you guys are so great. It's nice to play in your league. Then our sponsors, Neotech, for providing us with such great hardware. The Schizo Land Center in Quebec, every time we go there, it feels like home. They're organizing such good events. Then Factory 66 for making so nice shirts. And KDM's wearing one, actually. Show it, show it. Then another one is Bid Deal. So Bid Deal actually wanted to give all the viewers here a special discount of 10%. So biddeal.com. If you go there, I will just write in the chat in a few minutes the discount coupon code. So
snap.
everyone for a month will have 10% on all the stuff there. They sell books, they sell movies, but they also sell gear, so all the Razer stuff. So very nice place to go. And
Can
maybe
I just say, if you guys do that, make sure you somehow get back to them and mention how you got this, just to be like, yo, KS is awesome and we love you guys, and thank them for this, because that's, if they're supporting esport, that's really important.
Of course, yeah. Maybe KDM, you wanted to shout out to some guys.
Yeah, well, you basically made the roundup. No, I just wanted to send everyone on our Facebook page, obviously, facebook.com/Team Killing Spree. If you don't follow it already, well, you should. Go now.
Here,
Well, not
I've already
now.
posted
Go
them
in a few
before,
minutes.
and I
Stay
posted
here.
it there again.
Okay. And well, follow us on Twitter at KsPmind and at KsKadium. I'm going to be launching my new Twitch channel soon. I saw someone mention in the chat, KDM should be updating YouTube channel and everything. I don't have a YouTube channel. The team has one, but we're still pending on what we're going to do with it. So I'm going to be launching. I'm going to go quick around this. I figured out that whenever I got to a national or international event, I was always referred to as the French guy. Just talk with that about the French guy and see that French Canadian. So I started a new Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/thatfrenchcanadian. So it's going to be.
Nice.
I'm just going to be streaming everything. I'm going to be streaming my heart out for the last 6 months that I couldn't really stream for personal reasons. So yeah, that's it.
That
Fantastic.
French guy.
Also,
That
we're
French Canadian.
we're launching KsKadium in a few days/weeks.
Oh, nice.
So it will be somewhere to hang out to see our players streaming in all kind of games. So League of Legends, StarCraft 2. Actually, we have CS:GO and Dota 2 coming up. So it would be nice to go there since it's a little bit hard to get a Twitch team page. So we decided to make our own. So there will be stats on our players and trivia stuff. So check this out in a few
And
weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
There'll be blood.
There'll be blood.
There will be blood. Ooh, Execute just said something super sweet in chat. I will say it for the people
Oh
that
my
do watch
God.
the
Yeah, you
VOD.
should read it.
He said,
Yeah.
I can say on LAN ETS's behalf that TKS is one of the most professional teams at our events, buying 50-plus tickets and never asking for any favor, all dealing with that themselves. Always fun to talk to. Good luck to them.
Thanks, Will.
Yep, he's one of the lovely LAN ETS executives. Props to them.
You
Always
kept
nice
your
to get
mod
there.
for one more day, William. You paid for mod for one day. Good for you.
All right, guys, the fun is over. Prepare to dine in hell. It is time for the lightning round.
Oh my god.
Every fucking time.
Did it crash again?
Yes,
You
man.
get the post thing
this
again.
I played this like 6 times before the show to make sure. Here we go. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. 10 questions of no return.
It's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, the
All right,
crash
all
is
right,
on.
all right, all right.
Build suspense.
All right, gentlemen, I trust that you've seen the 34 episodes that preceded this very one, and you are well equipped to battle the lightning round. For anyone in the chat
Yeah, well.
who's joined it for the first time ever, as a member of KS, or just a fan, or just happened to be walking by and saw this lovely stream, here is how the lightning round works. I'm going to ask each of our contestants 10 skill testing questions that will take them to the brink of insanity and back. These will be mentally, physically exhausting questions, and they need to be answered as quickly as humanly possible. Guillaume and Ben, I will ask you once and once only, are you ready for the lightning round?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I do enjoy when the guest flips it on me, and I was born ready. In the interest of clarity, we will have KsKadium answer first, followed by you, Ben, and
right.
you are in direct competition with each other.
Ooh,
Okay.
bum bum bum.
Question number 1. Why did you let the Montreal Canadiens lose in the first round of the playoffs?
They deserved it.
Whoa.
Ben?
Carey Price was too weak, so obviously they had to lose.
Man, Guillaume, no, so harsh. Right
You
to
know,
the
that
heart.
was harsh, but that's what the team deserves. They did not show up. But Ben, I agree with that. Carey Price was not there. He got outplayed by Anderson. They both lost teeth.
Well,
A point each. I have to agree with that.
Oh, good for
I
you
would say
guys.
that the refs weren't on our side, but that's whining, so I don't bring that.
Good. Jeez, was that wine? Question number 2, 1 point apiece. Good start. No one usually gets a point till like question 6. Question number 2 also has to do with the Habs. This is, of course, EsportsCanadaTV.
Because you like them so much.
Exactly.
Actually, we're both Habs fans. So.
Yeah. Frank and I were arguing about this earlier in the week, and we want to know, what is the biggest Habs rivalry? Is it the Leafs or is it the Bruins? Oh, shit.
Wow.
There's no question, guys. There's no question.
I'm gonna say the biggest rivalry is whoever is standing in the crowd with a non-Habs shirt. Rivalry doesn't happen.
Oh
on
yeah,
this.
chat too, guys. You feel free to answer. I want a consensus.
Yeah, we
on
do
this.
award chat points, so...
That's true. People from chat have actually won in the past. So
Yeah, there
From,
was, I can't
from my
remember...
part,
Yep.
For my
Who was
part, I would say the Bruins, since the Shara thing with Pacioretty. It made the rivalry a bit stronger, I guess.
Yeah, John, you're getting murdered in chat too. Toronto is not the.
No.
It's not Toronto.
No. I think it may be,
Everyone loses a point. Rah, my name is John.
it may be an East Coast thing because we're in close proximity to Boston, and we hate Toronto. But right now, Sarah's sporting a pretty fancy Bruins hoodie. She's afraid that she's on camera right now, but I don't think she is. And I would not in any way, shape, or form let a Leafs hoodie in my apartment. So you're both wrong. And it's the Leafs. -5 each.
Okay, so
Oh,
you decide.
Yeah,
Alright.
John's God in this round.
get it.
Oh, you didn't know? Oh, wow. If you thought this was going to have a happy ending, you weren't paying attention. I won't give you -5 each because you both love the Habs, so I can't do that. 0 points, though. You're both at 1.
Okay.
Question number 3. We usually like to be culturally sensitive. Question 3, poutine or smoked meat?
Well, that's easy.
No, that's obvious. That's obvious. And no, it's poutine with smoked meat. Obviously,
Ooh.
that there's no poutine on smoked meat, under it, inside, in my mouth.
That's what William said too. Yeah.
And
And I
Ben?
would say poutine with smoked meat too, obviously,
Yeah,
I haven't had
there's
that.
no other possible answer.
or with anything in it, with a base of poutine.
No, wait, that's a stupid question, John. You lose a point.
What? You can't.
Yeah, John, you lose a point.
All right. The guests agree. I'm at -1. Actually, it's more like minus. It's at like 999 now. I was always at +1.
Oh God.
That's the first point I've ever lost in the history of the lightning round. You
Okay.
both gain a point on that, so you're at
Still have 7
2
questions.
apiece. 2 apiece. I did say I had a story coming up about PvP, and I think I've told this on the show before, but I wanted to let you guys in on the secret. I was forced to play PvP in my group at LAN ETS. At the time, I was like mid-level gold, which I'm still at, and PvP I think was Masters at the time. And so I'd already lost 2 games against a Grandmaster and a Master, and so this is my last game, and I was like, all right, I'm probably just going to lose this and just go and enjoy the rest of the LAN. And so I 7-roach rushed him. We were like close spawns on, I can't remember which map, and he held it like a boss, and then he just started chirping me and was like, you should really work on your macro, like you can't just rely on cheese. And he really just started like giving it to me, and I was like, dude, like you're in Masters, like I'm in mid gold, like why are you giving me lessons in this land? But I met up with him afterwards, and he was like, oh man, like that's how I learned, like I started out just doing like cheeses and all ins, and I had to learn how to macro and stuff. So he was actually being super helpful, but I still hold a giant grudge against him. I hate him with every ounce of my being. So the question is, how much do I have to pay you to replace PvP on the team with myself?
Well, there will be never enough money, I guess.
That's such an owner answer.
We love PvP so much, and we're like the manager. We can't, we can't let him go like that.
KsKadium?
Can I keep him as a caster? Because then my answer would be $50.
Well, that's cheap.
And you'd get on the A team.
See, 2 things happened here. KsKadium realized that if he sucks up, then he gets points. But at the same time, Ben totally dismissed KsKadium answering first. And he's just started, it started in the last question, he just started answering first. So I really like his initiative, and I really like KsKadium sucking up. So that's a point each. I'm going to have to give a point each. So you're at 3 points each, and I'm at 999.
All right.
Question number 5, also not related to esports whatsoever. The summer blockbuster season is just about upon us. I'm a bit of a movie buff. I host a movie club here in my house every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. You can come if you want. But the point of this question is... you can drive. It's a short drive. With all these summer blockbusters coming out, which one are you most looking forward to?
Wow.
If you need a refresher, I can give you a few.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Start wrapping them up. I can only think of one that I want to see, but I don't even know
There's
what else
Man of Steel. There's
yeah.
Pacific Rim. World War Z, also popular. Star Trek Into the Darkness. Not sure when Iron Man 3 just came out like 2 weeks ago, so that doesn't really count. I feel like there's another superhero one, but I can't remember what. And what else is there? Possibly a new Twilight movie.
Oh God.
Obviously,
and
Twilight for
and the
KsKadium.
sequel to the sequel to Bon Cop Bad Cop as well.
Is that
there
for real,
really
John?
No, that's for real.
You're
or-
trolling.
No, that's not.
You're
I just know that.
obviously
I just know
trolling.
that that's a very popular movie in Quebec.
Canadian
I'm
movie.
gonna be honest. I haven't been to the movies since my child was born, so it's been about 4 years.
I know. I know.
I've been watching something like Barbie's movies and like Disney stuff. I haven't
Sophia
been
the First, bro. Sophia the First. Disney. If your kids don't know Sophia the First, you'll know it soon enough.
Yeah, I guess. No, they don't actually.
Oh man.
No,
You're so
no
lucky.
my little girl is on Brave right now, so I'll go with Brave because she's brave. I don't know, man.
I was gonna say that movie came out over a year ago. It's not really an upcoming summer blockbuster release. But Ben,
Yeah.
Ben, your answer?
Well, I'm more of a superhero kind of guy, so I would like to say Iron Man 3, but it's already out and I
Oh, that's
already
fine.
saw
That
it.
counts as a summer blockbuster.
I will go with Man of Steel,
Man of Steel?
of course.
Man of Steel.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see that too.
I'm pretty hyped on Man of Steel. You both didn't respond with Star Trek Into the Darkness. I could
That
go
was
on.
actually my one.
I
Just saying.
Was that actually Frank?
It was.
I see where this is going.
Let me guess. You've never seen any Star Trek before, but you saw the last movie and thought
Are
this
you
is really
kidding me?
good. And
No,
then
no,
started
no.
watching
John,
it.
I actually watched the original StarCraft. Not the original. I started with
TNG.
the Next Generation.
TNG.
Yeah, so that's the original for me. But I didn't like the last one because I thought it departed. You know what? Let's not.
I
nerd
totally
out.
agree. I totally agree on that. And for that
Okay.
reason, I'm not looking forward to Into the Darkness. But since you brought that up, minus 15 to Frank, plus 1 for each Ben and Guillaume. So you're at
This game is rigged.
four piece. I'm at 9.99. Frank, minus
It's at
15.
-15. Yeah.
So when
question
is it going to
6.
be hard?
All right, this question is double or nothing then. Question 6. There's a lot of talk of violence in video games damaging our youth. You guys have one of the more violent names out of all the teams I've heard of for esports. There's come down a ruling from the government that you're not allowed to have a violent name for your team anymore, so you have to come up with a nice version of Killing Spree.
Well, we already have one, Ben.
Yeah, it's
It's-
Team Kicking Springs.
Yep.
Kicking Springs?
Yeah,
Kicking Springs.
Kicking Springs. So it's KS. Obviously.
We actually already asked ourselves that question.
In case the government one day calls us
Exactly.
and says, "Hey, no more team killing springs."
Kicking Springs.
Okay, team kicking springs it is.
Yeah.
So the shirts still, it's
Oh, I
still
guess, yeah, you can
viable.
still use the
Hilarious. And the scope sight on the game, is that just a spring?
It's a spring now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the spirit.
You got it.
Totally get it.
Koala
some food
starving.
bring-
What
I
the
guess
hell is
brings,
going on in the chat?
yeah.
Oh my god.
So you
Well,
guys heard
starving.
it here. You can purchase your kicking spring shirt at the next Barcraft in Montreal or Quebec.
And you see
Obviously-
someone with a foot injured on the shirt, like kicking springs. It doesn't happen. No.
Yeah, we will make a couple of shirts and wear them for you.
That should be your April Fool's jersey. Nice.
All right.
Can we give the chat
That question was
because
double or nothing.
I really like Koala starving.
Koala starving, Kinky Sniff. It's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, it's still
plus one
fun.
for Kinky Sniff. Yeah.
Oh god.
Sex sells. That one was double or nothing, but you guys cheated because you already had the name in the chamber. So you're both at 0. So congratulations.
Mhm.
No, we didn't cheat. We just asked ourselves someday.
No. KsKadium said we already know the answer, and he had one in the chamber. That's a form of cheating. It's like you studied for the lightning round, which is impossible.
Yeah, but we didn't know the question, so.
Do not argue the lightning round points. You're
So
both
you
at 0.
lose 10 points.
Ben,
and we get 10.
Don't worry. I'm gonna make the last question worth a bunch, and you guys are gonna get it. Everyone always comes up with like 9 or 10 points. Don't worry about it. Question number 7. You guys are both gamers, obviously, but I don't think you have what it takes to compete with a Jig or a Alexi Moi or Soul Touch. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But what is the one game that you guys are better at than anyone else on the team?
Ooh, solitaire.
And it has to be somewhat proven. It can't just be like, well, I played a bunch of this game, and I'm not sure if anyone else did, so I must be the best.
What am I good at? What am I good at that I'm better than anybody? And wow.
I would pick Bomberman.
I don't know, man. Aside from casting, I don't know. Really, no. The guys in the team really kick ass. So I can't diss the team by saying I'm better than anyone.
I like your humility. Ben, is there a game out there you're better at than anyone on the team?
I like to say that I have a good competitive spirit without competitive skills. However, since I'm the oldest here, I can say that I'm better at Dune 2, released in 1992, than anyone here.
I played a pretty game too.
I have to acknowledge. I've heard that before.
He's heard it before. All right, point each, because I like KsKadium's modesty. And Ben, I respect the Doom 2, you old man.
For the record, it's the first RTS ever made.
He said Dune and not Doom.
Oh, I thought you said Doom 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doom 2, yeah.
Does that change the points?
No, because I also like Dune. The Spice Mines.
Yeah. I don't even know how you play it. It's so old.
No, I don't know. All right, point each, so you're back at one apiece. Question number 8. Who is the cutest player on Killing Spree?
Yeah, well, you'll get the same answer from both of us again, I can't think.
Are you just going to name yourselves?
No, it's really easy.
Yeah.
It's really easy. It's
Sampro.
Sampro? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, if you're talking about a girl, we only have one, so it gotta be Whippet.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a boy, it's obviously, I would say Luco, because he went shirtless at the LAN ETS. So
was that guy that was dancing on the tables?
He was.
That story was so funny. Who was the girl? Was the girl? Do you guys know?
No, the girl was not involved.
Okay.
at any point.
She didn't wear shirtless.
Well, that was the thing. He kept doing something crazy, and then she would follow, and then finally he took his top off, and she just got off the table.
Yeah, exactly. That was the whole contest.
And
she'd have to mimic him, and
all that for a Timo hat, I must say.
And he lost. He lost the contest, and he ended up with a Timo app, which is what he wanted in the first place. So he won. He lost, but he won.
All right. So the cutest is Sampro. 1 point apiece. So you're at 2 each. Question number 9. The opposite of number 8. Who should leave their webcam off at all times?
That's mean. Who's most unattractive?
I would say me, because I'm totally unattractive, and obviously I don't have any webcam tonight. So yeah.
No, I'd like to take this opportunity because he's not here with us. Our other co-leader, Mr. Yemo, should. Yeah,
that's a good move.
Not because of him, but because of the room behind him, which is always a mess. Props to him for that. Yeah, really.
2 points for Ben, because you're beautiful, Ben.
Oh, thank you.
What the fuck is going on here?
So 4 points for Ben, 2 for Guillaume. All right, we've reached the final question, which is usually the funnest, or most fun, if you want to be grammatically correct. You're both well versed in the world of StarCraft. So I want you to. This is a game they played at LAN ETS actually. So Will, I'm completely ripping this off from LAN ETS, and I don't plan on paying any sort of royalties. You're gonna need to name units back and forth until one person cannot name anymore, and you have to repeat the one that the other person said. That old game.
Oh God. Okay.
Ben, you're in the lead, so I'll let you go first.
Reaper.
And just hold one more. I'll give you a point for every one that you can keep going.
Okay, I'll try to keep track as well.
Please.
Reaper Immortal.
Reaper Immortal Marine.
Reaper Immortal Marine Hellbat.
Reaper Immortal Marine Medivac.
No, he missed.
You missed
I said
Hellbat.
Hellbat.
Immortal Reaper Immortal.
Oh, Hellbat! Oh,
Reaper.
no!
Reaper Immortal Marine Hellbat.
But you
Medivac.
missed it on that chat. I don't know, John, what's the ruling?
I don't know. Did you
I
think he
already
said
failed.
He said, I don't know. Are you even paying
I
attention?
was, but I thought that he thought you said Medivac instead of Hellbat.
Is this the lightning round or the bzz round? What the hell? What the hell is going on?
You
here,
can leave
man?
your onomatopoeia at home, mister, okay?
Best of 3. They're calling it best of 3.
Best
Oh,
of
it's
3.
rough.
Okay, Nick.
Start
Nick
over.
from the chat. This is his 15 seconds per episode. This is him calling for the best of 3. So we're gonna go again. KsKadium, you won that round, so it's your turn to go first.
Okay, Queen.
Queen Marine.
Queen Marine Tempest.
Queen Marine Tempest Colossi.
Queen Marine Tempest Colossi Hydralisk.
Queen Marine Tempest Colossi Hydralisk Ultralisk.
Queen Marine Tempest Colossi Hydralisk Ultralisk SCV.
Queen Marine Tempest Hydralisk Ultralisk.
No.
No, missed Colossi. And that was
And-
yours!
And it was mine. Well, I just failed twice. So.
All right, then we have our winner. So you get 1 point for that. So Ben, you win 4-3. So congratulations. You
Epic
do.
fail. Oh god.
I think the cusp is 3 points to get to our Ultimate Tournament of Champions for the Lightning Round. So you do, in fact, qualify for that at the end of the year, where we bring on all of our best Lightning Round participants. So you scored 4 points. You're way over the cutoff for that, so you will be back for that. And Guillaume, I'm sorry, but you do not qualify for that with the 3 points.
Sorry,
And
Kenyon, I
we've
wanted
never
you
had
to
anyone
win with
say
the
That's
last
just
question.
perfect.
Hey, how about this? I'll have you cast. I need a French stream for the Ultimate Tournament of Champions. For
Where I need to translate, but you
yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Okay.
I
We'll
work
try to
very.
arrange that.
Heck, William should be in the lightning round final, so
That's true.
Translate for him.
Yeah, there's a couple Quebec.
Yeah, we had the Armada guys here as well.
Yeah,
so
Armada guys.
a lot of guys will appreciate it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, guys.
Good thinking, John.
So, Ben, you are our champion. Do you have any words for your tens and tens of fans in the chat right now?
Well, for everyone wondering, guys, will you hire Hydra? The answer is no. So, well, just want to thank everyone that went here and saw the stream and stuff. Thank you guys for inviting us.
It was
Obviously.
our pleasure.
And thanks to everyone who want to make esports a better world. And, well, that's about it. I already made shout out all the stream long, so.
Fantastic. And I think we should have a night where we get on as many Killing Spree players as possible for some sort of just hour-long lightning round between all the players. Just an
Challenge
idea.
accepted.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And whenever you, KillingSpree.tv goes live,
Obviously, we will let you know about that, of course.
Yeah.
please.
Before everyone.
Oh, nice.
Exclusive.
Sidetrack.
Yeah.
Guys, usually we kick guests off, but we're running kind of late, so we ask that you bear with us for the 3 minutes that we plug the events we have coming up, as well as do our shout-outs that we need to give to our non-existent sponsors. So, Frank, events coming up. I know there's 2 in Toronto that everybody needs to know about, or are those my
Yeah.
job to speak about?
And those should be along the ticker at the bottom that John has so nicely placed there for you. But the very first one that is coming up is the League of Legends 5v5 tournament that we're doing. It's an online tournament. Unfortunately, the registration is already closed. So if you haven't had a chance to register, it's a little too late now, but look forward to the next one that'll be coming up in the near future, I'm sure. The the tournament will be happening, I think it's this weekend. They have a bunch of teams already set up. The finals, the top 3 teams will be playing at the Microsoft Store in Yorkdale on June 1st. So that's really cool. I think the prize pool, I thought I saw it earlier, $600 prize pool.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool for League of Legends fans. And then we'll be streaming, I believe, the finals as well. And then a Dota tournament is coming up Saturday, May 25th in Toronto area. If you guys don't know where Net Effect Cafe is, it's at 9 Isabella Street, which is downtown Toronto. It's basically just south of Yonge and Bloor. And it's a really cool cafe that we've been holding a few tournaments there. You can still register for that now. I'm actually going to post both of these in the chat so that you guys can just check all the information for those of you who are lucky enough to be watching right now. Anything you want to add, John?
Yes. High Tide Throwdown is happening May 25th and 26th at the Nova Scotia Community College Waterfront campus in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. It's a fighting game tournament, so they're going to be playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Street Fighter against Tekken 2013, Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012, Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3, sorry, Persona, Blaze Blue, Tekken Tag 2, and Injustice Gods Among Us. So it's about $10 entry fee for each of those games, and it's open to anyone who wants to travel to Dartmouth. I know they usually get 60, 70 people out to these events, and it's all streamed online by Ralston Arcade, so you can follow their stream on the day of. Action starts at 11 a.m. At twitch.tv.
Eastern Standard Time?
Atlantic, so
10 a.m. for us.
10. I think 10 is when like registration, everything opens up. So the stream probably won't go live until 11 Eastern.
Okay.
But yeah, tons of awesome action. Same guys that streamed for Toryukin 2 weeks ago. So definitely check out that stream. My boy Mike Daniels. As well in the rundown, there's mention of Idra. I guess he beat Boxer at MLG in a best of 7, so that was good for him. And as well, he got let go from Evil Geniuses. And
you heard it here first, guys.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that at NASL, I had to deal with all the pro players and all the casters, and I know Idra gets a bad rap for being an asshole and a jerk, but he was by far the nicest person I had to deal with all weekend. Very polite. Always said please and thank you, and treated me with the utmost respect. So thank you, Gregory, for that, and I do wish you peace and happiness in your future. Thank you to our guests tonight from Killing Spree, Pmind, and Cadmium. You can follow them on Twitter at Team KsSC2, and as well, they plugged all of their stuff in the chat, and check out KillingSpree.tv in the upcoming weeks as that goes live. And if you have the cash to buy a t-shirt or a beanie or a hoodie, do that, because I plan on picking one up as well. And guests next week, Frank?
That's up to you. You have maybe a special guest in mind.
I may have a special guest who may be able to take me down in the lightning rounds. We'll see. He may also host a very popular show.
I don't know.
It's one of the rare exceptions where we let an American on the show. There's only been what, 3 before? Was Clutch?
Yeah, and they've only been on because we had Canadian.
Yeah, we had a Canadian, and then they brought their American friend. They tricked us.
Yeah. But this time, straight up American.
It's like the Trojan horse of Canada. Alright guys, follow us on Twitter at QuinTheNat, at ESCJovian. Do not follow, and if you are following right now, unfollow at ESCSongers. And as well, you can check us out, facebook.com/esportscanada, check out all the events coming up in your area. As well, you can join us on our website at www.esportscanada.ca. Thank you for watching, and we will be back next week.